Hi there everyone, Mark from Retribution Gaming here, and I'm welcoming you back to Broken Sword 2. In doing so, we were promptly arrested, thrown in jail, broke out, were on the run from the police, and ended up in a chase down the river where our boat was blown up by a helicopter gunship and we were shipwrecked in the jungle. And this is where we pick the story up. Right, now, I have to admit, I'm not the world's biggest fan of this section of the game because it's kind of a bit long-winded and it's not immediately obvious what you have to do. So we're going to try and breeze through this as quickly as we can. And as a result, not going to lie, I'm kind of using a bit of a guide to tell me what it is I actually need to pick up and use. So, but only for this section. So, okay, now we can, this is a beautiful location, but firstly, see, we can pick something up there. There's an old water wheel here.
The machine is broken.
But we need this.
That vine rope could be useful.
I'm sure the vine rope will be useful. That bridge looks a bit precarious though.
It would have been a shame to tamper with the elegant bridge.
Yeah, don't do it then. Right. We will have a look around the proceedings here. We've got a bit of, what's that, sort of like a pump?
It seemed to be working just fine.
Well, I dare say that George will do something about that. Right. And we can't actually leave here. That, oddly enough...
The stones were too heavy to turn by hand.
Yeah, that, oddly enough, is actually a press. It's a weird looking machine, rather. Now, oddly enough, we can pick this cross up. I don't know, why do we want this? I can't remember why we want it. Let's pick it up anyway.
It was heavy. I guess that was intentional.
I think we put that in here for the moment.
The leverage from the cross allowed me to turn one of the stones, but the other one remained stationary.
Right, there we go. That's what we need it for. That's a hint as to what we need to do in a minute. In fact, actually, we can probably do... Can we do what we need to do now? The vine, I think we need to put round here.
The vine provided a drive belt to connect the two stones.
Yep. Now, oddly enough, we need to put this tin thing in here.
The cone was ideal as a makeshift container.
Okay, so we have a press sort of grinder thing, which is good to use, but we can't do anything with it just yet. Okay, I thought for some strange reason we had to press the tin container thing, but no. Okay, so what we need to do, let's have a look at this
Hello? Anyone home?
treehouse. Okay, right. I'm guessing he can't hear us because of the organ, so we need to stop that. Now this organ is being worked by this water wheel, so we need to find some way of stopping this water wheel.
The iron rim of the water wheel would have torn the skin from my fingers if I touched it.
So what we need to do, oddly enough, put the bank receipt on the leaves.
I placed the bank statement over the damp leaves.
And then, for some strange reason, use the statue with it. Nope. Ah, no. It did say that it was an iron rim, so we used the statue with the water wheel, sorry. Create some sparks.
As I held the fetish to the iron rim of the wheel, a shower of sparks cascaded onto the leaves.
There we go.
Quick, man, put out that fire. I've got a sick woman up here.
Sorry, Father, but I needed to attract your attention.
Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Stobart, George Stobart.
I'm Father Hubert. I don't suppose you speak French.
Huh? Why do you want to know that?
I found a young woman with a fever by the river this morning. The poor girl is close to death. And there's nothing I can do for her but pray. I don't understand her, but I think she's speaking French.
Hang on. That must be Nico.
Aha. That's where she went. She's ended up washed up further along the river. And the good priest has rescued her. Okay. Right. So now we know what's happened to her, if it is indeed Nico. I'm assuming there's more than one French woman. Anyways, let's have a chat with the good father.
What are you doing out here in the jungle?
God's work. Not quite the destination I had in mind when I set out, but you know what they say? Mysterious ways and so on.
Uh-huh.
You didn't plan to end up here?
No. I was on my way to the miners' camp in the north. I was stuck here when my boat capsized on the river.
That's exactly what happened to me. How long have you been here?
11 years.
Wow. I guess it's he's making it work. Anyway.
That's my girlfriend you've got in your treehouse. What's the matter with her?
She's been bitten by a venomous river snake.
But can't you do something for her? There's a cure, isn't there?
I ran out of penicillin and morphine years ago, but the local people speak of a root which they believe will counteract poison.
Okay. Well, we need to get that route. I'm getting vibes of Monkey Island here.
Where can I find this route?
I don't know, but maybe the shaman at the village can tell us.
Where's the village?
Will you show me the way to the village?
Me? Oh, but I can't.
Can't? Nico's life depends on it.
You're right. Of course I should, despite my own guilt and shame. But I can't go as a representative of God with a creased collar.
A creased collar? You mean you put your personal attire higher than the life of a sick woman?
I will not go to that village looking anything but my best.
Give me your collar. I'm sure I can find a way to press it.
That's what we use the press for.
Thank you, my son. In the meantime, I must contemplate my sermon.
There was obviously more than a creased collar bothering the priest.
Right, okay, that's what we need to use the press for. Oddly enough, we need to press his collar. So let's do that. Nico's waiting for us. Pop
So
that
there I
in there.
was, hundreds of miles from civilization, doing the housework for a priest. It's a strange world.
Okay, so we've popped that in there. Use the cross. pop it in the oil.
The press worked surprisingly well on the collar.
Now we can give it to him and pick it up, George. Oh, I've got the tin thing back as well.
It was the metal cone I'd taken from the chimney of the watchman's hut.
Oh, it looks a bit different for some reason.
It was Father Hubert's collar, and very nicely pressed it was too.
Sweet. What else does he use that press for then? Anyways, let's give that back to him. Have a nice slurp of tea while I'm at it.
Here's your collar, Father.
Thank you, George. You probably think it a little odd of me to make such a fuss.
Oh no. If I'd been living in the jungle for 11 years, I'd be completely screwy too.
Screwy? Yes, perhaps I am. Ever since my last visit to that village.
Right.
Do you want to tell me what happened at the village?
I forgot my vows. I let myself be overwhelmed by the beauty of this unspoiled paradise, and in a moment of weakness, animal passion reared its lens of head.
You know, you should be writing romantic novels. Did you experience some kind of a physical liaison at the village?
Yes, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I found myself doing the monkey dance.
I've never heard it called that before. And I didn't want to pry any deeper into Hubert's murky past.
Yeah, I've never heard it called that before either.
Now you've got your collar back, will you take me to the village?
I still not finished my sermon.
Look, Father, I still don't know why you're so reluctant to visit that village, and it's none of my business. Whatever the reason, it can't be more important than saving Nico's life.
You're right. I must be crazy. We must make haste if we're to reach the village before nightfall.
By the time we reached the village, it was sunset.
Wow, it's that far away.
Hello, boys. Glad to see you're still wearing the underpants. What?
They're the best Christmas present we ever had, Father.
Mine are too tight.
Well, we all have our cross to bear. This is George. He has a request to make. I'm afraid I can't stay. Good luck, George.
That's a relief. I never feel comfortable with him about.
Me neither. These damn pants keep riding right up my butt.
So, what do you want?
Well, look at these fine fellows with their fine underpants.
My girlfriend has been bitten by a snake.
So, everyone in my family has been bitten by snakes.
I was bitten by a dormouse once.
She's real sick. I hoped your wise man might have medicine.
Wise man? You must have the wrong village.
Right.
Father Hubert said there was a wise man in the village who could help me.
No, there's no one of that description here.
Ooh, he must mean the old man, the shaman.
I thought he just made up all those stories he tells. I never thought of him as being wise.
Yes, the shaman, please.
I'd like to see the shaman, please.
You can't just go walking in there and demand to speak to the shaman.
Why not?
You have to observe the protocol. The shaman demands tribute.
Tribute? You mean like a gift?
That's right.
The eternal question. What do you give a man who has everything? Are you going to stand by and let my girlfriend die?
Of course not. What do you think we are, savages?
We'll start the preparations for a cremation feast.
Give me a clue. What kind of things does your shaman like? Does he have a hobby, a favorite sport?
You insult us. The shaman lives on a higher plane.
Oh, right. Maybe a book would be more suitable. Or a jigsaw puzzle? Don't you just hate choosing presents for people you don't know?
Right, now, oddly enough, again, we're going to just speed through this bit a little, but
Here, he'll like these biscuits.
If you say so.
So, is this your first visit to our planet?
I am from the same planet as you. I'm from California. Why, we're practically neighbors.
He liked the biscuits, especially the black ones. He wants to know if you've any more.
right, well that's going to be tricky because we don't have any more.
The box was completely empty.
However, what we are going to do is pop the coyote stone in the dog biscuit box,
I put the Mayan stone in the empty box.
and we're going to give the box back to the dude.
Here, I found some more of those biscuits for the shaman.
I'll give them to him.
What do you do for entertainment here in the jungle?
We make documentaries. Me and Tabtic, we've appeared in 7 TV films and an article in National Geographic.
Huh, you don't say.
The shaman wants to talk to you.
I hoped he would. Well, it's been nice to talk to you guys.
Okay, so it looks like we've gone as his favour. Let's go see the shaman. Oh, we've got some kids wandering around. Could do with putting some clothes on though. This is a family show after all. Can we talk to these people first though?
That woman certainly wasn't the reason I'd come to the village. That man wasn't the one I'd come looking for.
Okay, so that's a no then. Can we just take a little wander and have a look around? Nope, that's it. There's some nice construction on these houses though. They look a bit too nice to call them huts. So yeah, we'll keep with houses. Okay, Mr. Shaman. Okay, actually, I can look at the fire.
The fire was too hot to approach, even if I'd wanted to.
Okay, that's an astute observation. Let's talk to the shaman.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Please, sit down. Welcome, George.
Thanks.
It has long been foretold that a white man would bring the coyote stone to this village.
Is that because a white man stole it? That's just me being cynical. Sorry. I've got to say, I do like the animation in this game. You know, there's some little subtle, well not subtle, but some nice touches. Anyways, let's have a chat. Why is the lipstick there?
I don't suppose this would be any use to you.
It sure would. This wax on a stick will change our lives.
What do you want it for?
To decorate our bodies for the monkey dance.
Okay, well, we've had it since the beginning of the game, so I guess we can give it up. Nico won't mind as a kind of trade-off for her life, I guess. Anyways, let's talk about Nico.
My girlfriend's been bitten by a snake.
And you want me to heal her?
That's the idea. Can you do it?
I'm not sure. My gums aren't what they used to be.
Listen, my girlfriend's in a coma. Please, old man, give me the root.
What root?
Father Hubert told me of a root which could cure the bite of the river snake.
There's nothing sacred with these people. That was our secret, known only to members of my tribe.
If that root is my chance of saving Nico's life, then I want it. Fast.
There is time yet, George Stobart. Time to learn why you were called here.
Fine. If I listen to your story, then will you give me the root?
The eel travels far, but still returns to the place of his spawning.
And look, I'm running a tight schedule, so can you skip the riddles?
Many years ago, when the world was young, the great god and king Quetzalcoatl was defeated by trickery and deceit. His enemy Tezcatlipoca took his place as leader and demanded terrible human sacrifices. A group of loyal priests found a way to trap Tezcatlipoca. But his powers were so great, they knew he would not remain trapped forever. His time of incarceration would end with the eclipse, which marked the close of the Fifth Age. So the priests fashioned 3 obsidian stones which contained the power to seal the mirror for all time. But before the stones could be put in place, they were seized by the invading Spanish.
But how did they trap Tez, the evil god?
They built a pyramid which they told Tezcatlipoca was dedicated to him. At its center, they fashioned a huge mirror of perfectly smooth obsidian. Luring him into the pyramid with praise and flattery, they used sorcery to ensnare him in the mirror.
Interesting. Interesting.
Suppose I was to believe there was anything in your story, other than the rambling delusions of a seriously wacky old man. Suppose I was to swallow it, hook, line, and kitchen sink. What then?
Then you would see that the fate of the human race rests upon your shoulders.
So let me get this straight. Back in... when were the Spanish settlers? When did the Spanish conquer the Americas? Is it in the 1600s or something? My history of that time is a bit shaky. Anyways, whenever it was, the Mayans trapped Tez, as George called him, Tezcatlipoca. The Spanish stole the stones. But if this guy was so great a threat, the Mayans didn't do anything to retrieve the stones? I mean, they could have. Why didn't they? Why didn't they, if he was that much of a threat, why didn't they put more of a concerted effort into trying to get the stones back? Did they just want to see the world end? I mean, you know the saying, some men just want to see the world burn. Were they that much of a nihilistic race, the Mayans? Anyways. Enough of that rambling. The fate of the world has been put on my shoulders. Let's find out some information then.
Do I get anything to help me combat Tezcatlipoca?
Like what?
Well, A magical weapon?
Get real, George.
So I've got to take on a god and you're not even going to give me a magical weapon. I mean, what chance has George got? I mean, look at his dress sense for a start.
What happened to the stones?
They were taken by the Spanish to the coastal town that is now called Guaramonte City. Only one stone reached Spain. The other two fell into the hands of buccaneers. The Jaguar stone was captured by an English captain, El Draco. The Eagle stone was taken by a pirate called Ketch. The third stone, the Coyote stone, reached Spain safely. That is the stone in your possession.
Right, so one was taken by a pirate, so that could be anywhere. The other one was taken by an Englishman called El Draco, which I believe in Spanish means the dragon, and that probably refers to Francis Drake. So this was in the 1600s, because that was part of the time of the Spanish Armada and all that, and yeah, anyway, he was known as the Dragon on the Sea, wasn't he? Francis Drake? Anyways, let's have a word about these stones. Like I said, my history is a little bit sketchy.
Tell me more about the Eagle Stone.
The stone was loaded onto a galleon with many valuable artifacts plundered by the Spanish. But shortly after leaving harbor, a terrible squall blew up and damaged the ship. The ship was intercepted by a bloodthirsty pirate, Captain Ketch. Ketch made short work of overpowering the crew, stealing the treasure, and sinking the Spanish ship.
Right. I mean, you know, pirates do what pirates do.
Where's the Eagle Stone now?
Nobody knows for sure. Ketch retired from piracy and bought an island in the Caribbean.
Well, okay. Pirates of the Caribbean much? I mean, I could think of worse places to retire to.
Tell me more about the Jaguar Stone.
Many centuries ago, the port of Guaramonte was entered by a ship flying Spanish colors. The captain, the man known as El Draco, sent soldiers ashore. Only when the soldiers arrested the mayor did the people realize that they were English privateers. The mayor was held hostage while the soldiers looted and plundered the city. Amongst the treasures they stole was the Jaguar Stone.
I mean, you could have, if you knew it was in Quaramonte, you could have retrieved it. It's not far away. And probably not a good idea to hold such an important artifact at a port. Just saying. But, that's just me.
Where is the Jaguar Stone now?
I suppose El Draco took it back to his homeland, across the Great Sea.
To England. What do I do when I find the stones?
Bring them here to me, and I shall prepare you. The stones must be taken to the heart of the pyramid. Only there can they be used to seal the gate by which Tezcatlipoca will return to this world.
Can you show me the way to the pyramid of Tezcatlipoca?
Not until you possess all 3 stones.
Yay, we have a fetch quest. A catch quest? Anyway.
Now do I get the route?
Here, take it. Make haste if you wish to save the girl's life. The hummingbird sings to me of death to come.
Now you're talking in riddles again. Listen, is it okay if I crash here? I've got no chance of finding my way through the jungle in the dark.
You're welcome, but you probably won't get much sleep. Tonight's the night of the monkey dance.
I left the village at dawn and stumbled back through the jungle in a post-party daze. It was just like sneaking back to my parents' house when I was younger. Except Oakland didn't have monkeys or parrots.
Oakland. Oh yeah, California. He did say he was from California, yeah. Where the former Oakland Raiders are from. Aha. Well, that sure looks like Nico. No wonder she looks like that. I mean, that would be enough to give anybody a headache. Is there anything else we can interact with in here? I mean, he's got a shrine there. Where did he sleep?
Nico, I've brought you this root. No way was she going to be able to chew the root. I needed to give her the antidote in a more digestible form.
Yep, and we know what we're going to do with that.
I thought it best not to defile the altar while Hubert was looking after Nico.
What exactly were you going to do with it, George? Hi, Father.
I've got the root, Hubert.
So what are you waiting for? Give it to the gal.
I've tried, but she won't take it.
Oh, you fool, George. You'll have to extract the sap so that you can drink it.
Right.
Okie dokie. So we know what we have to do. What we need to do is pop this thing back on the press, and we need to press the root.
The cone was ideal as a makeshift container. It was the root which would cure Nico's snakebite.
Once more into the oil. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying it like that.
As the liquid was squeezed from the root, it collected in the cone.
And that's what we need that metal doohickey for. It's a good thing we kept it with us.
Look, Hubert, the antidote.
What are you waiting for? Give it to her, quickly.
Nico. Here, drink this.
Oh, George, it's horrible.
Just swallow it down. Okay, try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other two stones.
Other stones? What other stones? What have you gotten me into now, Josh Stobart?
The patient is sounding more like her old self already. Nico recovered quickly from her fever. To save time, we decided to split up and look for each stone independently. I traced the pirate Ketch to a remote island in the Caribbean. With the fortune he'd amassed from piracy, he'd retired to a place that was later called Ketch's Landing.
Okie dokie. So, what's happened basically is we've stayed with the priest until Nico got better. She said, "What have you gotten me into now, George?" It was her that got George into it in the first place. But anyway, yes, they stayed with the priest until Nico got better. And George, as you can see, has come to the Caribbean to catch his landing, and Nico has gone to England. So we've done a bit of we've split up again. Anyways, Now this has taken just over half an hour. As you can tell, I haven't been examining everything and looking at everything, and you can imagine how long this would have taken had I done that. This is why I was saying about how I'm not a huge fan of this section, because it takes quite a bit of time. So yeah, managed to get through it in good time, I think, but we'll leave it here and we'll explore Ketch's Landing in the next episode. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. So until then, catch you later. Bye-bye. If you like that video, please do all the usual YouTube fun stuff, like hitting the thumbs up to give it a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and hit the bell to get notifications of when I post new content. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, please do consider buying me a coffee, link of which is on screen and in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you for the next one.